sometimes it is just too much.
So embarrassed.
Am I just talking too much?
I don't remember any of that.
There's a lot I don't remember, too. Too much information.
We say that after every one of these,
I
and for some
know.
reason, we're employed all the time.
Too much, it's ruined.
I can't believe we have a show.
We might not tomorrow.
Staci and Hutch say too much.
Here we go. Alex Ward's with us.
Yay.
Hi. Hey, Alex.
How are we?
Well, we're doing good. It was good to see you. He performed earlier today for some of our listeners, and one of our most attended Live 95s, by the way.
Yeah.
Was it?
I think
Yes.
almost everyone showed up that won. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Is it crazy to be like, I'm just Alex, guys? Like, people are coming to
Yeah.
see me, wait in line in the humidity to see you.
I think it's a big prank. Someone's doing it.
You're waiting for someone to take the rug out from under
Someone's
you.
like, last 3 years of your life, fake. The Truman Show is what it is.
Oh my God. What a great movie, by the
Oh my
way.
goodness.
You a Jim Carrey fan?
Yeah, I also watched it on the plane on the way here, so it's very
Did you?
much
Oh.
imprinted in my brain right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies where obviously they reveal what happens in the middle,
Sure.
and there's just so much left. that
Which
it's
I
just shocking.
like. I think not many people do that. I feel like you're waiting towards the end, and most of the time, by the time you get to the end, you can guess it. And with Truman, I think it was cool because now you got the climax out of it. It's like, where are you going to go with this?
Right. Did you see Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis?
No.
Okay. Watch that one.
I think you'll like
Really?
it.
Yeah. And then let us know if you knew the ending, because the ending is right at the end.
Sure.
Mhm.
And it's super good.
I didn't figure it out.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's
That's
the movie
how,
where
like,
you.
Tenet was for me. Tenet. Is
I haven't
so
seen
sick.
Tenet either.
Oh, it's so cool.
Is that one of those where it's so complex, though? I'm
Yes.
going to have to watch it like 3 times.
And you still won't get it.
Okay.
That's awesome.
What was that one about?
I don't even remember.
Okay. So you have to watch it again. See?
Even better.
That's the problem. I only watched it twice.
Or
So-
Inception, the dream within the dream. And then,
Sure.
yeah, that one is good. But are you a big movie fan? Are you?
I'm a TV show guy.
Are you?
I
Oh.
love TV. I'm a huge TV guy.
Give us some shows you like.
My wife and I are super into like crime shows. So
Oh, me too.
yeah,
I love
like
true
Criminal
crime.
Minds, Blacklist, like
Okay.
The Rookie, like everything.
What about the true crime, like Dateline? Like the
we
Datelines?
like cops, like in all those shows where like it's body cam footage.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff's really interesting to me because like I'm a little goody two shoes who like doesn't do anything but like maybe the occasional speed. So it's really cool to see like how crazy people are living.
Well, you are
People are
going on
crazy.
tour soon. So
Yeah.
you have plenty of times to.
I know.
Just don't do it in a foreign country.
No, for sure.
Locked up
just
abroad?
Granola
Oh.
bars is what we're doing.
You ever seen Locked Up Abroad?
No, what is
That's
that?
terrifying. People make mistakes or they do something, don't realize that they've broken a law, and then they end up locked up in like Singapore.
Oh wow.
That's
It's
not
so
good.
bad.
You don't want to
Oh
be.
my goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to be in a foreign country.
Rad. Okay, cool. Well, I'll keep that in mind.
So
Yes.
September 9th, you're going to Germany.
Yeah.
Are you? So have you done a big tour? I know COVID was. You've never really been on a big tour, and now
No,
you're doing
the
it.
longest I've been gone on a tour is 2 weeks. So this radio tour I'm on right now is the longest. It's 3 weeks.
Wow.
So
You miss
yeah.
your wife?
Yeah, you're
I do.
just married, so
Yeah, all my off days are in Nashville, so it's nice because they're all like halfway. And my wife and I have been looking at houses because we want to be like, I don't know. I think I'm 23, she's 24. We want to experience a little bit of a different life. And I've always lived in California. She's always lived in Hawaii, so it's cool.
Yeah, that is going to be a big
Jump.
change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
For
sure.
you.
A lot of my friends are moving there though. If you're familiar with David Kushner,
Yeah.
the musician, he
Yeah.
also moved there. So it's something really cool.
For songwriting, for collaboration.
Yeah.
I think, honest to God, it's just like
The
I think
hub.
LA is kind of just going through the shitter.
Yeah.
It's not very. I don't know. Like people keep getting broken into next to me, and I just don't like that. So
Yeah.
I just want somewhere safer. I want to have kids soon, so
and
nothing really beats Southern hospitality.
yeah,
Oh, for sure.
And
Yeah.
Nashville's a fun place, and I think there's just so much creativity there that
Sure.
it'll be perfect for you.
Yeah,
It seems like there are a
And if
lot
I-
of artists that are just.
Mhm.
a lot of people are moving there, but also like if I hate it, I'm 23. Like I feel like this is the time in life to buy a house and
And-
figure out whether or not
yeah.
I want. I've never experienced seasons before. I've never had a snowy Christmas.
Oh boy,
Because it's always sunny and 75 in San Diego.
Correct.
Like it never changes, and it's
doesn't.
just the same. And so, do you see yourself then? Obviously, we talked downstairs about having kids and stuff. Is this kind of where you want to see raising kids then? Possibly, if you
Yeah.
like it, test it out real quick.
I
and-
just don't know anything. Like
Yeah.
I feel like all I know is California, and I love San Diego. I could raise my kids on the beach there, but like obviously, hopefully, I'm in the position where I can, be able to afford both, and give the kids,
just get an
the life.
Airbnb, have your other home
Right.
be the Airbnb.
but give my kids a life I didn't have. Like that'd be cool.
yeah,
Do you feel like I didn't realize you were 23?
Yeah.
You're so mature.
yeah.
Thanks.
You're an old soul.
I don't know. I was making some tough jokes.
No,
there.
listen, no, we were right there with you.
Sure,
know.
sure,
All
sure.
right. We
But
had fun.
do you feel like you you are A, that mature, but B, if you do feel that way, did you feel like you had to grow up quicker because of your dad passing so early? Or
100%.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing for me is like my dad passed away when I was 9, and then my mom was an abusive alcoholic. So like growing up, she was not very present, and when she was, it was like driving me drunk and doing all the things you're not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so like for me, it's like what's so funny is typically I feel like many people there's two paths you can take. You can take the path of, spiraling and whatever. And I chose to, change my life in a way. I always had a goal set since I was 11 years old to be in this industry, whether it was music or, just somehow getting a camera on me or whatnot. And it didn't start working out until I was like 18, 19. So I was just doing it for like 7 years and growing up and learning kind of like what you shouldn't be and what a parent shouldn't be. Like it was really, really interesting.
And it's nice that, oftentimes I say social media is kind of used for evil.
Sure.
You were able to use it for good
Yeah.
for yourself. And I think that's really amazing. How do you think that social media has really changed the music industry so much? Do you think it's been for the better, or do you think it's a little harder now?
Depends on who you ask. Like I
Mhm.
feel like so many musicians are upset because they now have to like post on TikTok. They have to be an influencer if you want to make it in the music industry right now, unless you get really lucky.
Mhm.
And labels are still taking the same percent.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now they have to market their own songs. So a lot of them are upset. I truthfully like it because I've always been in control. Like I've always, whether it was my social media or how I got into this position, I always thought no one's going to do it for me, so I have to do it.
Mhm.
And I've carried that throughout my time being a musician. I market everything myself. I come up with every treatment for my music videos. I edit the thumbnails for those music videos. I'm the one who posts those YouTube videos. I do everything.
Mhm.
I don't hire it out because I just know, and it's a lot quicker than having to explain to someone how I do things. So it's been nice, and I bet my label loves it 'cause they don't really have to do much.
You don't have to do much.
Right.
Right now, I mean, there's
Yeah.
gonna be a moment where your schedule is just crazy. And
Well, I mean,
right now it's crazy.
That's it right now. It's been really cool. I do miss like like home and like hanging out with my dogs for the next like 3 weeks. I'm in a different state every day.
Mhm.
So it's really, really like a flight, sometimes 2 flights a day. It's exciting and it's so cool. And I've always dreamed of this, but it definitely, all I do is sleep and then come do radio.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is the one thing that you are most shocked by, whether it's maybe people's DMs or their relationship with you? And we do this, we get this all the time, more on a smaller level. But
Sure.
Stacy and I will be at a Target,
Right.
and someone will come up and be like, "Hey, my divorce, blah 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 blah," blah," and they just get super personal. And we
Right.
got to remember, well, they're listening to us. They know
Yeah.
about our lives.
Mhm.
Right.
The same must be with you. Is that people know your story, you don't know them, but they come up and they just give it all to you.
Well,
Yeah.
what's really cool, I think the thing I was shocked by is like how much I love it, I guess. Like I tell my entire story. There's not one thing people don't know about me. Like that's kind of and most people are like, "Oh, I want privacy," but I genuinely love it. Like I love the fact that I went through all those things. And if you look at my rap sheet on a piece of paper and you see everything I've been through, you'd be like, "This guy's making it up." And it's really cool to kind of like have all those things happen to you and still somehow come out this way.
Mhm.
So I think the thing I was shocked by is just like telling my story somehow, even down there was a girl crying saying like, her dad passed away and my
Mhm.
song is helping her with that. And that's weird for me to think because that was a way for me to cope. That was therapy for me to write that song. So yeah, it's really cool to see it like in person.
Is there something you miss about your childhood with your mom? Something that you just, you had such a such a, I don't want to say the word horrible,
Sure.
upbringing with what happened to your dad and your mom, really. But is there something that you just kind of look back and go, you know what, you know, she tried?
Yeah, like that's the thing for me is like as much as my mom and I didn't really have a very good relationship because of the byproduct of the fact that I was abused. It was something where my mom wasn't a bad person. My mom drinking was a bad person,
Mhm.
and she was rarely not drunk. And I think that was the problem with a lot of that is, she tried to get better before she passed, and her last text message to me was like, I know I have a problem. I'm going to AA, which that was that was like the first time she had ever like said, I have a problem. And then she passed away 1 month later from liver failure.
Wow.
So
Mhm.
it's something where it's like for me, just watching that. And also she was a happy person when she wasn't drinking, but my dad's death just took a toll on her and turned her in.
So she
someone
wasn't
else.
as much of a drinker before?
No.
Oh.
Once my dad was diagnosed with cancer, he beat it twice. And then the third time it got him. And she started drinking once he was diagnosed. And it became a problem once he passed.
What was their love like?
I don't know. I was 9. So it was something for
Hard
me
to
where it's like,
tell.
I didn't understand it very well. I didn't write that song about my dad passing until I was 14 because it didn't hit me till then. I was, I was playing sports and people would have their dads like coaching it. And like my mom would be late for pickup and like people's dads would have to take me home. And I think that's where it like clicked for me where it's like, dude, I don't have this and this isn't a normal childhood.
How has your wife,
Mhm.
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Been there for you in the later years? Because the older you get, the more you start realizing,
Sure.
wow.
Yeah.
That was effed up.
Yeah, I mean, I lost
You
my
know?
mom. I lost my mom a few years ago, so it was pretty like. And I was still with I was obviously at the time with my wife, and still with her. Obviously, I don't know why I'm saying obviously as if I'm not with her.
Is there something we don't know yet? No.
But yeah, she's just a listener. Like that's the thing. I got really lucky somehow. Like my wife is probably as perfect as they come, and we don't fight, we don't argue. It's shocking how great we are for each other, and she understands. Like I don't talk about things. Like she finds out a lot of things about me
Mhm.
from the music,
Mhm.
because I don't really talk about it. It's not something. It's not like I don't want to relive it. It's not like obviously it's traumatic, but I think the things I went through, I've done really good at forgetting about it, and that's why I love making music. Is it kind of brings me into a spot where I can think about those things in a healthy way and be like, this is what my childhood was like. So every time I have a session, it's really, really therapeutic because, I'm writing songs with my friends and we're talking about the shit I went through.
So you're not pushing it away. You just
No.
literally forgot about.
And you're-
Yeah.
but
Because there's
you're
a big
still
difference,
working through it so that
Right.
so it's a healthy way.
Yeah.
And she knows not to go, let's talk about it.
I think I have a very healthy way of navigating it. Like
Yeah.
I don't ever I'll cry occasionally, like one night if I'm like praying or whatever the heck. Like it just happens sometimes.
Mhm.
But like I don't push it away. I don't hold it in. I don't, I'm not afraid to cry in front of people. Like it's just,
But
it's a
she
simple
just
thing.
gets you.
Yeah,
Some people just
she
get.
can tell when I'm going through it and she pulls me into another room. We talk about it. It's really cool.
It's weird to have that moment with a partner where things just kind of click.
Yeah.
And you don't have to say a word. Staci and I have that a lot of times.
Mhm.
I'll come in and be like, all right, what's going on with now? We're not dating,
No.
but being in a working relationship, you get closer sometimes to people and you have those friendships and relationships where it is pretty significant in your life and you want to keep those people around. Now you
Right.
said with your wife and getting married and the songs that you have written about her,
Mhm.
I am surprised her head is not, up
Right.
here.
That's
She is so down to earth.
It's so funny. Those aren't even her favorite songs I write.
She's probably just like, stop it.
Well, I'm not a very romantic person. Like that's the thing. Like, we go on dates and everything, but I'm not like a hopeless romantic. But when I write songs, I am.
Like,
And so
let's go to Jack in the
she's probably
Box.
she's like this jackass. Like he's only romantic when he writes songs about me. But like in person, like I'm surprised with flowers and stuff. But I'm not like I bet if you listen to my music, you think I'm waking her up every morning with breakfast in bed and all these things. Where it's just like, dude, we have a system in place and it's so cool. Like we quite literally, and when I do things like that, and like when I take her out to dinner and all these things, it means something because it's not like every day.
What do you wish you could work on better? Let's say professionally and personally. What was something you hope that you just did better?
I think honestly, like with my music, I'm in the establishing phase. So it's very much hands-on. I'm always on my phone. I'm always looking at the next TikTok trend to promote that song. Which causes me not to be present in a lot of things. And I hate it. Like if I could throw away my phone. Like I don't want to be posting that stuff, but I understand that that's the position I'm in and have to do. And I'm good at it. So I like it. But I think honestly, the thing that I would love to change is to be able to get rid of my phone. I don't want it. I want to have like a flip phone or like kind of like how Ed Sheeran does. And I think honestly, I'd be a better person if I did that because I think a lot of times I'm not very present for people. Like even 10 minutes ago, she was talking to me and I couldn't even look up because I didn't realize she was talking to me. So,
I think you're not alone in that sentiment.
Sure,
though.
for
I think,
sure.
Like,
But some
we
people are
have
okay
that
with it.
problem
Like
too.
that's the thing. I fucking hate it. It's
Yeah.
the worst. I feel like I'm not a human, but I have to it's 24/7 with, I'm very lucky where I am and music's doing really well for me. And if I just stop and I try and let everything take its course, I genuinely am scared it might slowly die.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Do you? It's such a weird. It's kind of an oxymoron because your popularity
Sure.
Depends
was
on it.
based on doing
Mhm.
that,
Right.
and it's the thing that we just despise the most some days.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
It's something. Well, it's also. But here's the thing. It's like a love hate relationship because it's so cool. The other day I was just going through all my old videos, and it's so cool to
Yeah.
see how I've grown, and especially in this job when it's go 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 go, and I'm in a different state every day, and I'm doing all these different things and all these different performances. They kind of blend.
Yeah.
You kind of miss a lot of it.
Mhm.
Like that Ferris Bueller quote, right? It's like if you don't stop to look around, you might just miss it. And so
Yeah.
it's really, really cool for me to look back at because I film everything. It's really cool to say, oh wow, that's that feeling. You have a feeling attached to it. Like when I think of my song Yard Sale or I think of the song Chasing Shadows, I have like such a cool feeling with it because every song is done better than the last. So it's almost like nice to see like where the progression has gone.
It must be so cool to realize, though, you've done all this. You don't have to have a 9 to 5. You don't have to go to an office. You don't have to
Sure.
wait tables. You don't.
Mhm.
Your living now is based on something that you absolutely love. We can relate to that,
Right.
and that's just got to be a good feeling for you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I love that I did that though, because I think a lot like, and a lot of times in my job, I see that where like people got lucky when they were in high school, and so from high school and on, they only did this job, and I think they have a hard time relating to people because they
sure.
don't understand how sometimes the real world works.
Yeah.
Well, real world works. Like our job's hard. Yes, it is not harder than half these things. But so many people are like, oh, you know, like you try being in my shoes for a day. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. And the payoff is so worth it. So I think it's cool. Like I was homeless. I worked every job in the fucking book. And it's really, really cool to kind of be like, you know what? I did that. I appreciate that. And now like you have a full newfound respect for people. It's really cool.
It's such a strange just business to be in, whether it's music or entertainment
Sure.
or anything like that. Because Staci, I've said this all along, and I know you feel this. I think you can have your emotions. You're not trying to make people laugh every day on the radio, which is sometimes excruciating for us. You can show I'm sad, I'm this,
Yeah.
and do it in a song, but it is still emotionally draining because you do have to get up on stage when a dog dies. You have to get up on stage when someone breaks up with you,
Yeah.
and you can't go, woe is me. You know, you can't have the whole show just be sad. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
and emotionally, that will take just a huge toll
For
on
sure,
you.
especially if you're like a month in on a crazy tour and you're, you know, like let's say my wife's pregnant and I like plan it out where I get off tour and the baby's being delivered, but something happens and I have to play the show and then dart off to go watch my son or
Yeah.
girl be born. I saw Chris Stapleton did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on stage and he played the show and he goes, all right, my wife's giving birth, I gotta go. And he walks off stage and goes.
Which is funny because his wife usually is with him singing
Correct,
on
yeah.
stage.
Oh,
That's
right.
my wife too. My wife goes to every show and she's the loudest person on it. It's really cool.
Have you ever recorded a song like with her? Is she
I've been trying. Oh my God.
Can she sing?
She's pretty good. She's pretty
Oh.
good. She has that part where like she has potential, but she hasn't really cared about like exploring it. I guess my whole thing is everyone can sing, like regardless of like what not.
You
it's-
really think that?
It's a muscle. Like that's the thing. Like I used to be really bad, and now I'm just slightly bad. And the whole thing is like I'm getting better and better every day because you're training your muscle. But if you do it wrong, it's the same thing as like doing a deadlift. If you do a deadlift wrong and you do it every day, you're not getting stronger in the right places, and you're going to hurt yourself. It's the same thing with singing. It's just learning. It's hard because the muscle you can't see. It's all mental. But she's pretty good, and her tone's great. And I asked her to do "The Weather Outside Is Frightful," like that song.
Yeah.
with me. I forget what it's cold outside. But I think she'll do it. I think she will.
Oh my God. Can we play it first?
Oh, please. That'd be
Okay.
awesome.
All right.
That'd be so
That'd be
We're
cool.
going to be the first one to play your Christmas song together.
Please. Oh my God. That'd be awesome.
We'll play it in August. We don't care.
Dude, I'll
Get
play
it to
in
the label.
August.
They'll get it to us. And
Yes.
if we want to be the first one to play that song with her.
Please. Oh my God.
That'd be so
That'd
fun.
be awesome.
Oh, and then watch her blow up. And then you're then you're carrying her
So
bags.
rule
You know?
is, she said her only rule was that she had to get a record label deal for $1. And it's only for that one song. That was the thing. She wanted to say that she signed a record label deal.
Oh,
That's
So
funny.
obviously my team was like, yeah.
No problem.
So they're working. on it.
here's I'll Venmo you $1.
Right,
You know,
right,
I'm gonna
right,
start
right.
with Staci and I will start our own record
She
label.
doesn't want to
you
be
know?
a musician. She's totally happy. She's an influencer. She does very well for herself. I'm totally fine being a sugar baby every day of the week. She makes more money than I do, and I love it. I will cook, clean, and do everything.
Man, we could talk to you forever.
Oh, I
You're
know.
just
You're
so much
so
fun.
interesting.
You're
Thank you so
interesting.
much.
You got to come back when you. I know your tour is just it's crazy. I saw the schedule.
Yeah,
it's
I
just
get back.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Back for 2 weeks. I finish my album and then I go back on a 2-month.
Wow.
Well, you
Yeah.
always have a home here, so
Thank you very much. I love it.
there you
It's
go.
really
Alex
cool.
Warren. Make sure you check him out and check him out in a city near you. Your website, real quick.
Wow.
Just find him on Instagram, Alex
Alex
Warren,
Warren
and
Official,
all the
yes.
links.
There it
all
is.
the
Thank
links.
you.
There you go. That's Alex Warren. That's Staci Hutch. Say too much.